So in this pack you're going to have a rocket, which is just a reference. You can use it if you want to, but it's nothing special, it's just a rocket for reference. And you've got two lots of animated PNGs, which are the launch and the flying. The reason the launch and the flying are separate is that the launch happens once while the flying loops forever. And you need to sort that out before you add it to your content. So the rocket can be added anytime, but the flying and the launch need to be added, and then you can sort out how many times they work and then put them into your custom content at that stage. So let's just bring them in and show you how they work. So here we are, we've got launch is a PNG. It says PNG, but it's actually an animated PNG. So I'm going to stick it right in the middle there. And it says how many times do you want to loop, and this is important. Obviously we only want to loop the launch once, so I'm going to click OK, and then it brings it in. Takes a few moments to load, and there it is. So if you want to see what it looks like, that's what it looks like. Okay, so it stops after a while. It doesn't go on very long because obviously it only loops once. And if you actually want to see what it's like, make sure you got this button checked so you can see what's selected. And then if you click motion, you can see how long it goes on for. At the end where it stops, that's the point where you want to press the eyeball, because you don't want it to carry on showing after it's played through. So you can see it launches, hits the ground, and then as the rocket takes off, so the fire will move through. Okay, and then it stops immediately it gets to the end. And that's where we're going to add our second item, which is the flying. So if I come in and go to flying, take flying, drag it in, put it in exactly the same location. This one you want to loop forever. It just wants to carry on going for as long as your timeline. Click OK. It's a prop. It takes a moment or two to load. Here it is. And again, if we look at the motion, you can see that it's on right the way from the beginning, okay, which is a bit of a problem. So if we now just check in our scene and we go to the first one, we can see that launch finishes at frame 121. So flying, if I come right to the beginning, I can say hide, and then at frame 121, I can show. So what happens is we get the launch, and then we get the flames carrying on. Now, there's a slight difference there between locations. So what you need to do is check these items at the top. So I go to launch, you can see it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 100, 100. If I do flying, it's not 0, 0. So I just need to zero those out. Take that to 0, take that to 0. So we've got 0, 0, 0, so that when it plays through now, it should just carry on and look like it just belongs all the way through. And that will carry on playing for the whole of your timeline. Okay, in the next tutorial, I'll show you how to link that to the rocket so that you can actually apply it and fly it through the scene.